years for an opportunity to put Titanic back on the big screen, because that's really where it belongs. It's a different experience in a movie theater. And when it looked like 3D conversion was a viable technology, and I'm talking about maybe 5, 6 years ago, people started talking about this, I started looking at tests, I thought, well, this could be a way to do it. And so we started to explore the idea of converting Titanic to 3D, I would say 2005. And since then, it's really just been a goal. The question was, when do we do it? And I always felt that the 100th anniversary, if you will, or centenary of the real sinking would be a perfect opportunity. And so we put that all together. Unfortunately, the conversion process is a more mature process now, and the look of the film is coming out absolutely spectacular. We're all really pleased with it. We started with, how do we make Titanic everything that it can be before we put it in 3D? So we did a 4K scan from the 35 millimeter negative, and then we cleaned it up and removed some of the grain and cleaned up the noise, restored any scratches, and made it as pristine as possible before we even started the 3D conversion process. So if you even watch it in 2D, it looks more amazing, I would say, than it did in '97 when it was first released. Of course, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and get involved in every step of that process. So once we got the 4K master and we looked at that and how beautiful that was, the next step was to start the conversion process. And converting a film to 3D is not a magic wand. It's not some computer black box that does it for you. It's not some killer app that just somehow knows psychically how to turn things into 3D when there's no 3D information from that original moment of photography. You have to create everything. And it's hundreds of artists, literally 300 computer artists in this case, working for over a year to outline every subject, every object, every bit of everybody's face, every button, everything, and put it on its correct depth planes. And then clean it all up so that you don't know that any delicate surgery has been done. I'm a firm believer that 3D not only enhances big, spectacular vistas and action and that sort of thing, but it definitely enhances small human interaction. Intimate moments are very powerful in 3D because you feel like you're really there. And you feel physically present with the characters, and somehow it's more emotionally involving. I think this is the thing that Hollywood really has overlooked, because they always see 3D as something for kids' animated films or big kind of science fiction extravaganzas. And really those films, you take a film where they've spent $150 million on the visual effects, some big sci-fi action film, well, it's going to be spectacular anyway, because there's so much inherent spectacle in it. The 3D just becomes a thin layer of icing on the cake. But you take something that is an emotional moment, and you put it in 3D, and you suddenly feel like you're physically present there, the emotional wallop to the audience is much more powerful. The response has been overwhelmingly positive. Even people who were skeptical coming in have been, converts to the idea of Titanic in 3D. I don't think they really knew what to expect. And honestly, I think part of it is just to see the film again on the big screen brings back those emotions from having watched it before. You put the 3D on top of that, and it's so gorgeous and lush, and you feel like you're right there in these amazing spaces on board the ship, or you're right there going through the jeopardy that Jack and Rose go through, and it really kicks it up to a whole other level.